Hi everyone, welcome to the Electric Motor GP show. My name is Nee and I'm live from Indonesia, live from Jakarta, and this is the Indonesian International Motor Show. As promised that we were going to do you go international for 2025. We're going to go different places this year to try and get you the best cars, the best tech, the best information available. So please like and subscribe to the channel so you can get access to all the new content that's coming through. And I'm going to take you around as we do a walk around of the International Motor Show in Jakarta. Hi everyone, welcome to the Electric Motor GP show. My name is Nee and we're live in Jakarta. This is the Indonesian International Motor Show. 4 halls, multiple cars, brands you've never heard of, brands you've heard of as well. And this is going to give you an idea of what's likely to be coming to your market and what might not be coming, and what you could actually put pressure on your market to try and get to come your way. So we're going to be starting with the Kia EV9, which is right behind me. I've done a video on this before. You guys really responded to that video. You found the car to be useful. I've never actually thought that I'd like the white version of it, and the white version is pretty good to look at. So stick with me as I take you around all the different options that we've got available in the market in the show today, and let you know exactly what the options are going to look like. We've got a fun-filled packed show for you. There's Geely here with the EX5, which launched this week. There's Denza here with the Denza D9 and Z9 as well. There's Wuling, which is one of those cars that you guys have probably never heard of, but it's probably one of the most successful cars out of China. There is BYD here as well. There's an M6, which we've not seen or come across, which I think you might also find interesting. So stick with me as I go through all the cars for you, and hopefully we have a good time together. So I'm going to go through the Kia stand now. We're looking at the Matrix LED lights right there. This is one of the things that the Kia EV9 on the GT Premium Versa has got available going for it. The car, like I said to you in the video that we did, is pretty awesome to look at, and the interior of the car does not disappoint at all. So it's still got the 12:3 double infotainment system with a 5-inch on the interior. The interior of the car still looks amazing. Right, so looking at the interior, you've got heated and cooled seats like I mentioned before in the previous video. This has got the captain seats, which is not available in the Australian market, but which also means that you've got easier access to the third row seats as well. The interior of this car, the finish on this car is amazing on multiple different levels. I'm still a fan of this car. If I could afford it, I would definitely buy one. That's for sure. And the GT line with this white is a thing of beauty. Definitely enjoying this. I simply think that the Kia Cannibal that is here as well might actually be electric as well. I'm just going to try and find out for you. Right, so this is the EV6, And this is a thing of beauty as well, the way, the shape, the design on it, and how quickly this car moves. Let's get some more details on the specifications for this one. So this particular one has got 325 horsepower, 605 newton meters of torque, battery capacity 77.4 kilowatts. This is an LFP battery and is also capable of vehicle to load. So this is a lovely car. Dimensions wise, 4.68 meters in length, 1.8 meters in width, and 1.55 meters with a wheelbase of 2.9. This is a very sporty looking car, and the interior as well is very sporty. This is the cloth interior option. Oh my gosh, and the interior of this is so good to look at. Very good, nice Meridian sound speakers as well. I like the fact that the auto show guys have put extra lighting in here so you can have a better view of the interior. Power tail. I do think the boot size might be a bit on the small size, but otherwise I think this is a really beautiful car to look at.
Rasakan sepenuhnya pengalaman mengendarai mobil listrik. Akselerasi penuh sensasi. Melesatnya dengan teknologi e-power. Sensasional. Nikmati berkendara hanya dengan satu pedal.
Right, so we're at the Nissan stand now, and this is one I've not come across. This is the Serena e-Power. It's got 350 newton meters of torque, 163 horsepower on it. It's not a bad looking car actually. Fits into that people mover segment, so it's likely to draw enough attention to it. I don't know enough about this car to talk to you about it, but I'll have a look into it. So this is the white version of it. There are a few too many people on the inside of the other one for me to be able to pump in. So I'll jump into the car in a moment and let you have a look at it, see what the interior looks like. Actually, Nissan looks like they've brought themselves into the 21st century. I like the fact that it's got buttons here for you to be able to adjust your mirror, for you to have your child lock. Sit in there and see what it looks like. It's definitely got buttons in there. It's got e-pedal, which I assume is your Screen's not very sensitive. Okay, it's a bit more sensitive than I thought. Okay, it's not too bad. It's got lots of buttons in here. You can control your music, sound, you can adjust your speed, your adaptive cruise control, airbags, horn, buttons to move your air conditioning, cup holders. I think for me that's a very nice design. Cup holders on the sides in there. We've got USB-C and USB-A. That looks like a wireless charger, but I cannot confirm that for you. So it's really not a bad looking car, to be honest. Right, let's see what it is like for the babies that you're going to be putting in this. Oh, power doors opens for itself. Nice. And it's easy to get into the back seat. That's cool. So lots of headroom in the third row here. You've got your seat belts there. Let's see how we can move this back into position. Not that user friendly from what I can see. It's got a nice, so simple amenities. Right, so it's got a nice table holder there that you can pull back. Not finding it very comfortable or easy to pull that in. USB port there, cup holders available, air conditioning vents. Actually, I don't have mind this car at all. Good leather interior, not a lot of boot space with the 3 seats in there, captain seats in the middle row. I'm just going to try and squeeze out so I can show you a better picture of it. You can see the front all the way through. Wow! So you can slide it that way and you can slide it this way as well. Okay, so it's not a bad car at all. Alright, so it doesn't have a power tailgate, but does look like it's got enough space and room in there. Nissan, you might have screwed up with the tailgate. Moms would have definitely preferred for the tailgate to be powered. Right, so this is the Volkswagen center right behind me. Unfortunately, all the cars they brought into to the show are all ICE cars. So if you look around you, you find the T-Cross, the Boss, and another T-Cross here, but there's no, and oh, there's a Tiguan there as well, but there's no electric cars here. So if we move over to the other side, we're going to do right. So we're at the International Auto Show in Jakarta, and the ID Boss has just been launched. So this is the first time people are getting to see this car. This is the replacement of the Volkswagen Boss. So in the middle row you've got captain seats in there, so it's a 6-seater configuration. I'm just going to pop into the back now so we can have a good idea of what the back of the car feels like. So the back of the car feels really good, lots of headroom in there, and if you look, there's a lot of space here for new room as well. It's got the captain seats in the middle and captain seats in the front as well. It's got panoramic roof. Speakers in the rear, cup holders there, and you can see that it's got air conditioning air vents there as well. Everything's manually adjustable. It's got USB. If I can get a good view of it, that doesn't work. USB-C available there. Same on the other side, which is pretty good. Right, let's move into the middle row. And one of the things that the ID Bus has done very, very well is to make it easy to get in and out of each of the. So parents will be very happy with this car because you've got lots of space in there. The seats are really comfortable, if a bit narrow. However, the narrowing of the seats is because they want you to be able to get access to in and out of the car relatively easily. So you've got your tray tables here. And if you look, that's the tray table there already set up. It also has seat pockets in there for you as well. If you look to the front, you've got a small infotainment, small driver's instrument cluster, and a 12.8 infotainment system. So I'm just going to jump out now so we can see what the brute looks like. So with all 7 seats up, you've got over 300 liters of boot space. It's well thought out. And it's got a powered tailgate. So other things you want to know about the ID Bus is it's got a rear-mounted electric motor with 210 kilowatts, which gives it 286 horsepower. Rear-wheel drive does 0 to 100 in about 7.6 to 7.7 seconds. There's a GT variant, which is dual electric motors, which has got 250 kilowatts, and it's got 340 horsepower. It's got a battery pack is 86 kilowatts hours, and does 0 to 100 in 6.1 seconds. So the configuration of the car is 4.71 meters long for the standard base, and for the extended wheelbase is 4.96 meters. The width is 1.985 meters long, and the height is 1.93 meters, with a wheelbase of 2.99 in the standard and 3.224 in the long wheelbase. It's got power sliding doors to open the car. the Citroën now, and the Citroën's got the which model? The EC3. Now this is supposed to be coming to Australia later on this year or early next year. It is in the compact crossover segment. I have no idea about the pricing, so I'm not going to be able to give you a lot of information about that. The interior seems to be quite sensible, if a little bit basic. The infotainment system looks like something that's about 5 or 10 years old, but other than that, it's not looking too bad. It's got a good height to it, and if I sit in the car, it's got a good amount of headroom in there, a good amount of leg space as well. Not a lot, but just enough. But there's enough space for you to put your feet in the background as well. So it's not too bad. It's got USB ports at the bottom in there. It's got a little bit of space. It's got a manual brake. I haven't seen one of those in a while. So let's pop out from the interior if I can squeeze myself out. Manual tailgate. Decent space in the boot. Not as big as I would have hoped for. I like the comfort suspension, CCS2 DC fast charging. I think it only does about 50 kilowatts DC fast charging. All in all, it's a nice little car to have a look at. So Citroën still So we're going into the Aion store now, and we're just going to look at the platform. So Aion's got its own wall chargers, and it gives you a good idea of the cell-to-body system that they've got. The suspension's in there. They've got a system called a magazine battery.
Iron phosphate modulator shot. The bullet improved resets, causing explosive mechanical structural damage, triggering an immediate thermal power subsequently ignited. After the shooting of the magazine battery 2.0 lithium iron phosphate pack, 3 cells experienced explosive mechanical structural damage. Smoke was observed, persisting for 6 minutes and 36 seconds. The adjacent test cell reached a maximum temperature of 185 degrees Celsius. No signs of ignition or explosion were detected. After being left untouched for 24 hours, monomer cell voltage decreased to 0. Temperature returned to ambient levels.
So the Aion is part of the GAC Motors cars, and for 2 of their brands they've got a very big boot space. This is 479 liters of it, and to make things really impressive, it also has a space saver tire in the back as well. So on top of the 479 liters, you still have a space saver tire in the back. And this is a very well appointed family size car. And this car is being sold for the equivalent of 45,000 Australian dollars, which for me is pretty impressive as to how big it is. It's got a decent battery size of 75.3 kilowatts LFP battery, massage seats, and it's supposed to be able to do about 500 kilometers WLTP. So all in all, this is a very decent car for you to decide for if you want it for a family car. I don't have the details on the charging yet, but by the time I'm going to be publishing this, I would have been able to find out that information, and I will write it on the screen for you. Boot size is not bad at all. And it does have a spare tire. This is one of the very few ones. It is only a space saver tire, but at least it does have one. And for those of you who might not be aware, the Aion is actually from the GAC, the Guangzhou Auto Company. So this is the Aion Y Plus. This is a compact SUV designed to be affordable, while at the same time giving a significant amount of luxury to whoever is going to be buying it. So it's got the Aion's magazine battery, which is supposed to be thermostable even after puncture. This particular one has got a 63.2 kilowatt hour battery, panoramic sunroof, and an NEDC range of 490 kilometers. The interior is very similar to quite a number of the Chinese cars in this particular segment. You've got an infotainment system here, as well as a driver instrument cluster there. You've got a lot of buttons on the steering wheel, and you've also got buttons on the doors as well, with a nice finish on the interior. You've got a full leather interior, which is heated and cooled in this particular instance. You've also got a wireless charging, but it's not cooled, but with 2 cup holders. The finish actually looks pretty premium in comparison to what you would expect. And if you look here, you've got the cheap plastics at the bottom, but you've got the soft touch on the top, which is very common for a lot of cars in this segment as well. You've also got your nice pigeonhole in there. So all in all, this is not a bad car. Let's jump into the back and see what's going on. In the back of the car, again, that level of detail is quite obvious in there. It's really soft, full leather with nice detailing on the edges of it. And if you look, there's so much legroom in here. I can sit comfortably and recline backwards and feel really comfortable in this car. A lot of effort has been done to make this car look and feel more premium than it is. So I'm quite impressed with this. This is supposed to be about 42,000 AUD, and it looks pretty good for that price. And it's capable of being charged 80 to 30 to 80% in about 35 minutes. It's only capable of about 50 kilowatts of DC fast charging. And in addition to that, it's only so tiny. If you jump into the interior of the car, you've got two 10.25-inch screens available. One's the driver infotainment cluster, and the other is the infotainment system. You've got multiple dials in there. Okay, wow, okay. This one's upgraded. It doesn't have a manual handbrake like some of the other ones. It will sit 5 people at a push, but more comfortably 4. The steering is not bad at all. It's got lots of buttons in there. The speaker systems are average, but they're not bad either. For the price point of what you're getting, this car is the same size as a BYD Dolphin, which is about the same price as this. Though the BYD Dolphin does have a little bit more in terms of equipment. But so this is Wuling. This is one of those special collaborations vehicles, and they've created a name for themselves in creating very, very affordable cars that provide a whole lot of quality and value. So this particular model that we're looking at is slightly bigger than a Mini, and guess what? This is coming in at 28 to 29,000 AUD. This is the Bingo EV, and it doesn't carry a lot of things in there as standard. In fact, the tailgate is not electric, it's manual, you've got to pull it in. But it does have a decent boot size, and it's got little plasticky buckets at the bottom. Again, letting you understand that everything about this car is about affordability. It's got a 39 kilowatt hour lithium phosphate battery, and it's capable Right, so there's the Aito M9, and we're just coming back in to do the video on the interior. So it's got 3 screens in here, the driver instrument cluster, the central screen, as well as a 3rd screen for the passenger. It uses the Huawei system. Charge port, fuel filler, because this one's a hybrid. Open doors, shades, trunk, lights. You can set the ambient lights to what you want. Very calm, very cool, depending on what it is that you're looking for. Outline as well, highlights, energy, scheduled charging, driving, eco, comfort, sport, custom. Ride height, very low, low, medium, high, very high. So it's got air suspensions. Electric only, prefer electric. Smart, prefer fuel.
Oh, I like this.
I told you.
Oh, the dashboard is really nice. What is that?
It's like a speaker system as well.
Oh God, why is it right?
Because this is the Chinese version. This is not the.
Not for Indonesia.
It's not for Indonesia. Yeah, it's just.
Nice.
So, and this has also got 2 wireless chargers.
Wow. Oh, this is the one that is going to compete with the
X5, X7.
X5, X7, and the Denza 9.
No, this is not. So
You don't think so? Look at this. Look at the inside. Look.
yeah, it probably would to some extent, but the D9 is a people mover, whereas this one's more of a 3-row SUV. So this is more like a competitor for the Kia EV9. So this is a 3-row, but the only thing is that this is not fully electric. It's a hybrid. I think there's a fully electric version of this, but it isn't outside of China at the moment.
I like that, you know, at the passenger, you can
Yeah.
actually watch a movie or something, right?
Honestly, you can do all of that. You can pick
Wow.
you can pick what you want to watch. You can do all of this in the car as well.
Wow.
Pick a movie, watch it, and the way it's set up is from that side you're not going to have a good view of this side. But that said, it's so intuitive, and the fact that it's using Huawei software,
It is gorgeous.
and it's also got
I want this car.
it's got a massive heads-up display.
I like this, the privacy of the compartment.
You'd like this even more.
Oh, this is similar to the
Oh, okay, this is
Denza.
yeah, this is similar to that,
So
but
this is similar to the Denza. All of this, even the seat, because it's.
but
it has,
this is what they do. So this is what the Chinese do when they're talking about the space in the back and being comfortable. So you've got your captain seats. Each of the seats are cooled, heated as well. They've also got massage functions. And if we pop into the back, you'll have a better view of what it is I'm talking about.
Wow. I love the car.
I thought I told you that you don't want to go without popping into this one. So let's pop into the back seats, and then so I'm sat in the back seat now with the missus. If we close the door so we can have a little bit of privacy.
Automatic door. You can press it. Okay. Thank you.
And it's soft close. Now I always bring out the story of one of my mates who bought a Range Rover Sport HSC, and it didn't have soft close, and this was a car that was over 200,000 Australian dollars, and he had to pay $2,000 for Range Rover to put it as soft close for him. They didn't put it in as standard, whereas if you're in a Chinese car, almost all of this comes in as standard. Just look at what they've done with the cup holder.
It's collapsible.
So you press that, it goes back in, pop out as well, and then you close it back. And now if you hold this for me, I just want to show people how easy it is to get into the back row. And this is me sat down behind me. So 3 rows of my comfort, and I'm sat in the back here, and I'm comfortable. And if you look, I've got buttons to adjust my seats in the back here. I can recline, I can move it forward, I can move it back, I can give the seats heating. Though it doesn't have cooled seats, it does have heating.
Does that mean there will be barely any space?
No, there's still adequate amount of boot space. So definitely this is one of those ones that you're going to be looking at and going, why am I not thinking about this? Why would I be thinking about other 3-row SUVs? Now, I forgot to mention the biggest party trick of all. That is a projector. So you can have a movie effect in here. Though I've got to go to the front to open that up. But you can have a movie effect in this car, and the projector will play a movie here for the kids in the back, and they can have a movie night. So it's very easy to underestimate how good of a car the M9 is. Now, I know a couple of people have said they don't like it because of the headlights and everything else, but for me, from the first day I saw this car, I actually thought this is one of the best cars you can ever have. So let's go see the boot space, because the missus thinks that the 3 rows means that you're not likely to have a decent boot space. So let's go find out. So what do you want to know about this car? It's got a 500 kilometer driving range. It's got a 71.8 kilowatt hour battery, lithium iron phosphate. It's got 310 Newton meters of torque. So this is not a bad car at all. I'm just going to try and find out more information about pricing for a moment. So I just found out how much it costs now, and the car starts off at about 33,000 Australian dollars, and the top spec of this car comes in at just under $41,000. So all in all, for what you're paying for, this is a small-sized MPV for the MPV market, and if you can consider that its competitor is the Kia Carnival, which is, to be fair, bigger than this, but that comes in at $70,000 in Australia. This is not a bad car at all. We're in the front seat now, like I was saying. I did find someone to just point out the party trick for me is right there at the bottom. So it does rotate as well, like most of the other BYDs. And most likely you can see that this one's slightly more laggy than the other. But again, this is more of an entry-level quality type car thing. It does come with wireless charging, but no air conditioning vents allocated there. We've got your controls available, mode, cooling and heating available. And the car itself is pretty impressive in the sense that for the price and for the level that you're at, you get a lot of things in this car as standard. So if you look, this is your car seats. You've got heated and cooled seats in this car. This is despite the fact that this car is entry level in terms of in terms of pricing and everything else. So definitely, this is one of those cars that, if it came to Australia, probably would be very successful. Right, so the BYD M6 is designed to be a family car, but also very popular with people to drive taxis in here. Part of the advantages of the car is the fact that it does it's got the captain's seats in the middle, and then it's got decent sized seats in the back as well. Now, one of the things I like about this car is the ease within which you can get into the back seats, which I'm going to demonstrate now. I'm just going to jump in. I'm not going to pull that up at the moment. Oh, there you go. Right, so this is Aion again, and it is for more, it's curious way of saying that it's the turbo version of it. It gives you different options in there, manual handling, and the seats are very, very sporty and firm. It's got wireless charging as well. It's using the Hyundai's 12.3 by 12.3 screen system. Definitely, this is a very, very quick car. But the interior is well designed as well. Lots of buttons for those of us that prefer to have buttons on the car as well. Speakers on the side. Rear as well looks very comfortable.
Jadi semangat gitu untuk berkendara macam-macam juga nggak apa-apa karena memang nyaman banget ya. Di sini ada sekitar 3 keluarga yang lagi mencoba melihat ke dalam. Halo Ibu, boleh ngobrol-ngobrol sedikit? Ibu, halo. Dengan Ibu siapa namanya, kenalan dikit dong. Dengan nanti. Ibu mau tanya, ini tadi ngeliat.
This is the seal, which you already know. There are too much detail with this one. It's still a thing of beauty, honestly, like how beautiful this car is.
Kali ini kita akan bahas satu lagu dari Lady Gaga.
Jadi diambil nyawanya juga sama unit sama tadi. Terus dalamnya terdalam dia ini yang unit 2024 ini hijau, yang sekarang 2025 full black. Nah,
Semua sama 2024 hijau,
betul,
itu black.
2024 udah nggak ada, 2025.
So even the styling of the car gives you a lot of information, from the running headlights in there, the G logo in front. The design architecture itself is pretty nice. This is a well thought out car. Flush door handles to give you a better look around the car. Tail lights look impressive. and that gives you a good idea of what the capacity of this boot looks like. So that's a big suitcase in there, a few other smaller suitcases, and it also has a deeper slot at the bottom, which I'll show you in a second. The sound system is amazing, as you can hear. I'm just going to put that in there for you to listen to. So if you remember from the last video, my key concern with the EX5 was whether or not Geely Australia were going to get the pricing wrong. Interior is well apportioned, piano black there, which is likely to give you lots of fingerprint marks. Flyme speaker systems, Isofix present as well. Oh, this is comfortable. Right, so sitting in the Geely EX5 for the first time, it's a lot more luxurious than I actually thought. Everything about this car screams, I've had a chance to think about what you wanted, and I'm going to be doing that for you. The buttons in there for control, child safety lock there, mirror controls, Flyme speakers too on the sides there. You've got controls for your air conditioning, Flyme sound up in front there. You've got air conditioning vents in the pillar as well. Ooh, that's a solid thunk if you ever heard one. I'm now just going to try and adjust that for you to see the extent to which you've got the panoramic roof. Nice sized. Now this is looking pretty impressive actually. Right, so this is a demo version. It doesn't have any map update in there at the moment. However, you can just see, look, how much they've thought about it. I like the fact that they've put the vehicle controls very close to the driver rather than having to stretch across to that side to get things changed. It's just right here beside you. Nice heads-up display also present in there. I'm looking at you, Tesla. This is a solid sized driver information cluster. Cup holders present, wireless charging. Wireless charging isn't cooled, but it is present. You've got a nice cubby hole there. There is a glove box. It's a small one, but it is there. You've got mood lighting in the car. Geely I'm pleading with you with this one. Don't fumble the bag on the pricing for Australia. Honestly, don't. I've given you too much props about your design and your thought process, especially with the fact that you fine-tuned the suspension so well. I'm going to try and get a test drive of this car before we leave Jakarta so I can see how it handles. But all in all, this is really, really nice, cooled and heated seats as well. Right, so there's the BMW iX.
Khusus di event ini atau memang lagi cuma berapa 24 kan dari 25 nya 19